Hey there drone fans, Rick here again from Drone Valley. So you can see I'm out in my car today. I don't normally go out and do these in the field kind of things, but I thought today would be a good chance for me to get out in the field and show you a couple of things around this Verifly insurance application that I talked about a couple of weeks ago in a clip. I've had a ton of questions from people asking things like, how expensive is it really? How do they determine if it's a $10 an hour fee or a $25 an hour fee? So I thought rather than me sit in the studio, put up a bunch of screenshots and try and explain it in a very boring setting, I would just take you out to one of my favorite locations in New Jersey to fly. It's a really secret location I like to go to, and I'll fire up the application. I'll do some screen captures while I'm doing that so you can see exactly what I see when I use the application and show you how it determines what the cost is per hour, what kind of maps you get, what kind of coverage materials you get that you can share with your clients. It's just an easier way to do it than sitting in that studio. The other thing I wanted to talk about was a lot of the questions kind of circled that concept of, do I even need insurance? And I've said before, and I'm a pretty conservative guy, if you're flying commercially, even if the client allows you to fly without insurance, don't fly without insurance. Absolutely have insurance, because the risks that you're taking by flying without insurance for the little bit of money you're going to save are not worth it. That drone crashing on a building, on a car, on a person could be catastrophic financially to you. So that the small amount of insurance costs, the $10 for the Verifly application, well worth it. That's a no-brainer for me. If you're flying as a hobby, maybe you don't need it. It's completely up to you. Me personally, even if I'm flying in a hobby situation, for $10 to fly for an hour knowing that I'm covered for $1 million, that's an easy decision for me as well. And I know I'm not going to crash into anybody because I'm trying to be the best pilot I can, but all kinds of stuff could happen. So I don't want to take that chance. Anyway, just my 2 cents on that. So stay tuned. I'm going to go through firing up the application, buying the insurance, and showing you exactly how it looks from a screen perspective. And hopefully this helps you guys. If you have questions when we're done, absolutely leave them below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So hang in there. I'll get into the flying in a second. Okay, I've arrived at that secret location I was telling you about a little while ago and immediately realized it's not going to be that secret anymore because the screen capture I'm going to show you shows you exactly where I'm standing. So my bad on that one. But anyway, it's a beautiful place to drone. One of my favorite places. You can see for obvious reasons. I've got this wonderful lake behind me. A lot of woods over that direction that go on for miles. I've got a huge swamp on that side. A lot of interesting vegetation over there and all kinds of wildlife. So I come here an awful lot and I really enjoy it. If you look at the map, you can see that I'm in an extremely low-risk area. There's nothing around me to actually cause any problems, so the insurance is based on that. So it's a hyper-local insurance that knows exactly where I'm standing here on the edge of the lake, and it'll base that rate on my risk, if you will. Now, if I look a little further, I can zoom in on the map. If I look a little further on my left, you can see an orange area there. Now, that indicates a high-risk area, so if I zoom in on that, I'm actually in a no-fly zone or I'm near an airport, something going on over there where I shouldn't even be putting a drone up, but I can't buy insurance, so it's smart enough to let me know that I'm in an area that's high risk. If I scroll to the edge of that, there's a light orange area that's right on the edge of that no-fly zone that I can fly in, but the rates are going to be higher because I'm so close to the edge of that actual no-fly zone. So it's $25 an hour, but it still can get me insurance. If I move out of that orange zone completely, it'll adjust back down to the $10 an hour. So it's really cool as to how it sort of knows where you're standing, knows what the risks are around you. Based on actuary tables, it builds a rate for you instantly. Now, if I wanted to fly in any of those zones, all I would have to do is hit the Get Insured button and it would immediately set up the policy, and I'll show you that in a minute. So let me zero back in on where I was. So here's where I'm standing right now. Now, to buy insurance, it could not be simpler. I just hit the Get Insured button, and if you look closely, what will happen is a policy pops up, gives you all the details of what the coverage provides, and you can actually enter in at this point your client's name, and they'll get sent a copy of it and add it to the rider, so you're both insured. But I can read the fine print, I can change my payment method, so a lot of things I can do before I actually hit the Begin Insurance rate. Now, if I hit that Begin Insurance button, that's going to start the timer on the policy. And remember, for the $10, I get a full hour of coverage flying within a quarter of a mile from where I'm standing right now. So I'm going to hit that Begin Insurance button, and you'll see the timer start to count down. So it's thinking about it, it's charging my credit card, and boom, I'm covered. So if I look at the coverage map, that's where I'm standing. So it shows me exactly what the edge of the coverage is for the $1 million worth of policy coverage. And if I can click between sort of this view of the map and a Google Earth view of the map, so let me click between those two, there you go. And I can zoom in even further. So that shows me exactly where I'm standing and pretty much where the edge of where my coverage is, so that I know when I'm flying within that boundary, I'm covered. So anyway, that's enough of this. You can see the timer's starting to click down, which means I should be flying. This is way too beautiful a day to not take advantage of it. So hopefully that explains what you have to do. Again, 2 clicks and you're insured. It couldn't be a simpler process. And for my money, Even though I'm out today for sort of a hobbyist day, and I'm not really filming for anybody, I'm not doing any commercial work, just knowing that I've got a drone in the air and there may be people around in the woods, it's well worth the $10 for me to have that level of coverage for the hour. So hopefully you feel the same. But anyway, that's how it works. So thanks again for watching. And right now it's time for me to get some drone time in. So thanks an awful lot. Okay, so that's it for the Verifly application. You probably can't tell it, but it's about 2 hours later because I had 5 fully charged batteries and I thought, I'm at the lake, it's a beautiful day, let me fly a little bit. So anyway, I love the application. I love the flexibility that it provides so that I know exactly what the insurance rate is, where I'm standing, and all the threats around me. I also like the fact that it allows me to sort of plan my day. So if I'm going to fly in a particular area, I can move the map around and see if the insurance rates are what I expect them to be. If I'm in an area that's kind of a medium risk area, I can actually move the bubble by moving my car a little further away from it so I can fly and have that lower rate. A couple other cool things that I noticed while using it on a regular basis. Last night I tried flying, I guess within an hour of sunset. Maybe there's 30 or 40 minutes left before sunset. And I just wanted to get one last shot, and it actually prorated the insurance for me. So it knew that I could only fly for another 30 or 45 minutes legally, and it, instead of charging me 10, it charged me $6, which was kind of cool. They could have charged me the full 10 and I would have just flown those 30 minutes anyway. Then I thought, gee, did I make a mistake with that? So later that night I actually brought the application up again, went in to pretend to buy insurance, and it said, sorry, I can't sell you insurance because it's dark outside and you shouldn't be flying at this point. Please check back in the morning. And it actually gave me a time at 6:43 a.m., which is the time of sunrise where I was sitting. So really, really smart app. I mean, really cool, this sort of convergence of GPS coordinates, time, insurance rates, actuary tables. I think it's just the perfect combination of things to put a great application together to sort of help us out when we're out there flying. So if you guys have any questions that I didn't cover or things that you're thinking about that you want answered, just drop them below in the comment sections or shoot me an email and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I talk to the guys at Verifly quite often. I'm trying to line up a phone call with their CEO to sort of do a Q&A in case there are other questions you have. But I enjoy doing these clips, and if you guys are watching them and you're finding value in them, we'll continue to do them. So thanks an awful lot for watching today. Have a great afternoon and happy droning.